Leading her team to some rural communities in Asa local government area of the state, the General Manager of KWARA State Community Social Development Agency, KWASIDA, Engineer Mrs. Oyeleke Haruna, said the essence of the sensitization tour on COVID-19 and psychosocial support is in line with the state government's effort to flatten the curve of the virus. Engineer Oyeleke Haruna said the agency believes rural communities must be sensitized on how to protect themselves and their communities from the global pandemic to stop further transmission of the highly contagious disease. At Esenlori, Oloroda, and Ogele communities, all in Asa local government, the General Manager urged community leaders to cooperate with the state government to help reduce the spread of the global pandemic. She urged them to maintain social distancing and ensure use of face masks at all times. Engineer Ahmed appealed to community leaders to help enforce government order of stay at home in their various communities and practice personal hygiene through regular hand washing.
To let them know, especially these people from grassroots, what is this COVID-19, how they can contact it, and how they can protect themselves. That's why we are here today, to sensitize them and demonstrate how, the necessary step for them to take to protect themselves.
Also, the project officer supervisor, Mr. David Babalola, interacted with community members on the symptoms of COVID-19 and how it can be transmitted. He appealed to members of the communities to contact necessary authorities for any suspected case in their areas. On psychosocial support, KWASIDA Project Officer, Gender and Vulnerability, Hajia Aliyu, called for peace and mutual understanding among couples, especially in this stay-at-home period. She urged mothers to protect their children, particularly daughters, against possible molestation in this period. Community leaders in Esenlori, Oloroda, and Ogele thanked the agency for their continuous support and care to them before and during the COVID-19 pandemic. They promised to further sensitize community members on what they have learned on the dangers of COVID-19.
This sensitization and this awareness program is a very, very good one because some of us are ignorant. But today, they've been asking some questions concerning how to protect themselves. But what they did today, the teaching and the explanation really gave us open our eyes to see how best we can protect ourselves from this pandemic that is going on in the country.
The General Manager of KWASIDA, Engineer Mrs. Oyeleke Haruna, also presented face masks and hand sanitizers to all communities visited. Fatima Rashid, KWARA TV News.